Alrighty boys, 2025. Holy crap, we're already here. I've already been in Japan for about a year and 3 months now, and I feel like this time has flown so quickly. I'm gonna have to renew my visa sometime in the next year. Hopefully I get to move into a new chapter into my life, but before we do that, before we get into the new year, right? I feel there's just so many lessons that I want to share with you guys. I hope you guys can take lessons from me as well, so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. First thing I learned is fix your insecurities or learn how to deal with them. We're all human beings. We all have things about ourselves that we don't really like. And that's okay. I mean, that's part of life. It's part of being human. But the thing about insecurities is very easy for it to overwhelm you. I feel like that's going to wreak havoc upon your mental health, right? I feel like this year especially, I really want to focus on, improving mental health. I feel like I've done a lot of work for my personal mental health, but I feel like it's something that people forget because especially in the space of men, we are so focused on, oh yeah, get strong, baby. Get the muscles for the ladies. I feel like it's very important to deal with the mental aspect just as much as the physical aspect. Because if one part is hurting, then the other is hurting. And insecurities is one of those things that really weighs down your mental health. Different people work on their mental health in different ways. So for me personally, I went to therapy. I didn't go for a short amount of time. I'm not currently going at the moment. But there were some flaws about myself that I felt like I needed to identify. Those flaws were things that I don't want to carry into a forthcoming relationship. Or I guess in my case, a current relationship. But the idea is the same. Especially when you go through a breakup, a lot of times, if you really learn how to reflect on yourself, you begin to realize that, damn, I'm a shitty person. Or maybe you're not a shitty person, but regardless whether or not you are a shitty person, there are shit things about you. And I think it's very important to acknowledge those things and learn how to address them on the spot. Therapy is one way to do that. I'm not saying it's the only way to do that. For some people, therapy doesn't work for them, and that's okay. I completely understand that. But find what works for you. Find ways to dig into your insecurities, to dig into your flaws so that you can resolve them. So that when you're dealing with people in your current relationships, whether friends, family, romantic partners, or anything beyond that, you can learn how to address them. The second thing I learned is I know exactly what my type is in a woman. In terms of a oh my god, this is hard. Okay, in terms of a romantic partner when it comes to relationship, I know exactly what I want, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what those things are. And after I tell you guys this, please, I would love in the comments if you told me, hey, this is actually what I like in a partner as well. And those things are, number one, she's got to be cute. I don't mean just physical, right? Of course, physical cuteness is nice, right? We all love to look at somebody and be like, damn, shawty a cutie. I want to be able to look at her and fucking giggle. Because when you're physically attracted to someone, almost anything they do is just automatically so cute. But also personality plays a big part in that too. Like somebody who has a, I guess, cute or attractive personality. Of course, looks halo effect may play a little bit into that. Of course, I think we all know that. For example, if somebody is a complete nerd about something and they're really passionate about that thing and they love telling you about that passion, oh my goodness, I will fall for a girl so hard for that. I love somebody who's passionate about something. An intellectual woman. I love a woman who's smart, who challenges me intellectually. I'm able to have intellectually stimulating conversations with her. I feel like for whatever reason, there's a lot of guys that like brain dead women, and I've never understood that. It's like, wouldn't you want a woman that challenges the beliefs you have? Somebody who's like, and look, I'm not talking about like book smart, like somebody who goes to like medical school or something like that, but just somebody who's willing to challenge your beliefs. And a lot of that has to do with somebody who has a vast amount of experience in life. Maybe someone who's traveled a lot, who's dealt with a large diversity pool of people. That's the type of woman I absolutely love. The third thing is somebody who's mature. And for me, maturity, all that means is somebody who's self-aware, who understands themselves, who also knows what they desire in somebody. And with maturity also comes strong communication skills. I think communication is absolutely vital. Because what I've learned a lot this year is that there's a fair look, I don't know if it's just women. I don't know if it's just women in Japan. Maybe I'm the problem, all right? But it's like I've found one of the struggles that I've had with dating Japanese women is the lack of communication, or at least the skill of communication to be able to say, hey, I have this problem, can we talk about it, or something like that, right? Instead of trying to put the problem under the rug, if you will. Really, I can't stand that at all. And lastly, a kind soul. Somebody who is, liked by a good amount of people because she has a very sweet personality. Somebody who has a sort of wholesome vibe. And I guess what I really mean by a kind soul is somebody that has a positive outlook in the world. Especially despite the fact that they are aware that there's a lot of bad things that happen into this world, they're still able to have a positive mindset because they understand that ultimately the world, although cruel, is still a beautiful place and we should value life. I feel like that type of woman who truly has a kind, wholesome soul is just absolutely life fuel. Like, man, I want to build bridges for a woman like that. And there are a couple of bonuses. Some exclusions. I don't want a woman that smokes. I don't want a woman who has a bad relationship with her parents. And I want a woman who's tall. Like, I'm sorry, we're leaving these short women back in 2024. I'm sorry, short queens, but it's like, bro, it's like if these girls out here are demanding tall guys, so bro, I'm demanding tall girls, bro. I'm talking 170, just 170, 130 centimeters. That's not a crazy height to ask for. I say these things, but it's like, oh, I don't know why you're so picky, bro. It's like it's impossible. You can't find a woman like that. And you're wrong, because that's my woman. All these characteristic traits is exactly who my woman is. So I think the ultimate lesson here is know exactly who your type is and try to look out for that. Particularly those 5 traits, those are musts. Like if they lack one of those, then that's just not the woman for me. Unfortunately, especially the communication thing and maturity thing, I'm so sorry to say this, but it eliminates 95% of Japanese women. I'm sorry. I know you guys love Japanese women, but for me, they're just not for me. I've had some negative experiences. I'm not saying there aren't exceptions. I have met women who are certainly exceptions to the rule. But one of those exceptions, 6 months into the relationship, wanted a baby with me. So I can't deal with that right now. Here's a third thing I've learned this year. Be loved by some and hated by others. Perhaps the way I worded this phrase is a little controversial. If you're the type of person who's friends with everybody and you're super kind to everybody, that makes you a people pleaser. And people pleasers tend to be the type of people that get walked over, they tend to be disrespected the most. A lot of people take advantage of those type of people. And if you're hated by everybody, that likely means you're a terrible person for whatever reason. But if you're loved by some and hated by others, that means you are genuine enough to where the type of people that come into your life like you for you, and the people that you're hated by, those type of people are perhaps just not compatible with you anyways. That's the thing I've learned is to stop being so disingenuous for people that shouldn't like you. If people aren't gonna like me for some of the things I say, or for having boundaries especially, respecting yourself, then those are not the type of people that should be in your life. And this goes to my next point is, fake friends will hurt you. Fake people in your life will hurt you. If you're not genuine with them, and if you don't let them know, hey, you crossed my boundary or you disrespected me, they're gonna keep doing that. And it sucks because sometimes it takes a long time for you to realize that, wait, this person is actually not a good person at all. And I shouldn't have this person in my life. I should not be as close with this person as I have had previously. Just keep that in mind. Keep fake people away from you. Obviously, that's easier said than done. But the easiest way to find those people is to be the most real version of yourself. And to call out people when they're being inauthentic. Anyways, last lesson I have is to cherish time with family. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, even though I have a handful of friends here in Japan, it does get lonely sometimes when you're so far away from family. And it's not as convenient as taking a 1 or 2 hour road trip to see your family again. Or even taking a flight across the country, for example. My family lives on the complete opposite side of the world, so, not spending Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's with them, it sucks. It really does. I'm grateful, extremely grateful for the opportunity I have to be here, but that's definitely the most difficult part about being here. But yeah, that's everything. It's a new year. I don't want to say new year, new me. At the end of the day, I just want to be a better version of myself. I want to keep making videos. That's really my biggest goal this year, is to keep making videos, a lot more videos. I really want to express myself through here. I want to show you guys what life is like for me here, and I want to show a lot of love. So y'all take care and have a wonderful new year.